Hey guys, today we're going to finish up our Dine clay projects. You're going to get back your heart, you're going to get back your painted popsicle sticks, and you're going to need to grab a paintbrush. The very first thing we're going to do is we're going to paint our heart using these super bright neon colors, which might seem kind of crazy because we talked about contrast. Remember, contrast is when two things don't look alike. So you would think that these colors would look really bright when I put it on here. But wait and see, because when this clay soaks up the paint, it's not going to be as bright as we think it is. And it's going to have a lot of contrast compared to our background, because our heart will be kind of light colored. Our background will be very nice and bright though, right? So that's going to create some contrast. That way our heart doesn't blend in with the background. Because these are temper cakes, we always get our brush nice and wet, all right? Juicy like Juicy J. It's got to be wet. And then gently rubbing it on the temper cake. Remember, it just takes the bristles. And then I can paint. All right. You can hardly even see the color, which seems crazy, like I said, because you would think that this would be super bright because they look bright in the cakes. So use a variety of colors. You don't want to just stick with the same color. That's kind of boring. Be gentle with the brushes and the temper cakes. You'll also notice that it dries really, really fast. And that's because the clay is soaking up that water and paint. That's exactly why if we decided that we wanted to eat off these, it wouldn't work. It has to have glaze on it so that it doesn't soak it up. But these are not glazed. So you need to paint the entire thing. You don't need to paint the back because that's going to get glued down. I'm carefully painting all my spirals. Remember that we added those spirals by making coils, and we slipped and scored them onto the background. Be extra careful with the brushes too, because this clay is kind of sharp and rough. It can start to hurt our brushes and start to cut off and tear off some of the bristles. So you need to be extra careful. Make sure you're making sure that you use the toes of that brush. Alright, so I painted all my spirals and all my little dots that I added. Last thing I need to do is paint the edge, and if I can see any of that background. You're going to really need to focus on using the tip of your brush. Alright, so my clay heart is all finished. But wait, I'm not done with the project yet. I'm going to set my clay off to the side because I don't want to accidentally bump it. I'm done with my brush, so I'm going to go put this in the brush bin. And now I'm going to finish up my background. Etch tables, I have a handful of different Sharpies, all different colors. I don't have a lot of different colors. It's mostly pinks and purples and greens, so we'll just have to make do with what we've got. But you're going to use these Sharpies to add some little details to your background. Remember that we're focusing on pattern. So maybe you want to add little polka dots in the center of your bigger polka dots, like I'm doing. Maybe you want to add some stripes somewhere. Right, just these little details are going to make our artwork more interesting to look at. Right, when you get this far, you're going to pick up that background. You see I add all these nice beautiful patterns. You're going to take it to the back counter, and at the back counter I have some trays with these little heart beads. You need to take 4. 2, 3, 4. They can be all 4 the same, they can be 4 different. Doesn't matter to me. Put a dot of glue on the end of each popsicle stick. Glue these on. And then go get your heart, set your heart in the center, and you're done. I will glue these down with hot glue tonight after school. All right? So you're painting your heart first using temper cakes, being very gentle with our brushes. Then you're going to use Sharpie to add some more patterns and details to that background. You're going to glue 4 hearts down, and then I'm going to glue your heart onto the background tonight. All right, so leave your background and your heart on top of each other on the back table. All right, when you're done, clean up after yourself.